Hello visuals and welcome back channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we talk about absolutely anything to do with how many pets did Ace Ventura actually find in the end for people. He was the pet detective. How many pets did he detect? Not really, good joke, haha, you've been pranked. We're going to talk about a Pokemon team for another classic comic book character, and this time we're going to do Black Panther because the film's just come out recently. Black Panther's an absolute beast. It makes sense. Claws and Meowth. There's a Pokemon. I actually haven't used Meowth for the list, but there's a Pokemon. No, this is a series that I genuinely thought I'd come up with back in the day. Turns out, no, there's people who've been doing this for years, so I'm unoriginal. And it's also a great conversation starting in the comments because James, talking to you, James boy, you come up with exquisite ideas for these comic book characters, because obviously there's so many Pokemon to choose from with a lot of different meanings. I think I've chose a great team for Black Panther and a lot of different stuff to relate to Black Panther. There's one in particular I really love how it all plays out, and Pokedex entry wise and stuff, which we can get to, which we will get to as we can, as if it's an option. It's on the list, we will get to it. Love integrating these two worlds of comic books and superheroes and stuff into Pokemon, two things that I adore so much, and doing a team for certain comic book characters. So let us know in the comments below your team for Black Panther, and also let us know in the comments below, as long as we haven't done them already, who should we do next? Like, we don't have to be just Marvel and DC. Like, Optimus can have a team, not you, Optimus. You would be awful with your own Pokemon. I don't know, whatever. A Hellboy can have a team. The Turtles, whatever. So visuals, here's Black Panther's Pokemon team. But let me know yours in the comments. See my bingo wings there. First off, we've gone for Incineroar. Why? Because I like to try. I don't always do, because sometimes it doesn't quite fit. I like to try and give our comic book characters a starter Pokemon. Litten, Litleo, Incineroar, all cats. Fire. The fire thing doesn't necessarily mean anything. The dark typing, Black Panther has a dark suit, blended in the background. Incineroar's dark. I could see them standing together as well. Incineroar being the powerhouse behind, the way that he stands like that. Black Panther being ready to just pounce like a traditional, quick, fast, rapid cat. But like I said, I wanted to give him a starter, and Incineroar feels like the best fitting starter for me. This one I really, really, really fucking adore. Copperjar. Right? Why would you choose Copperjar? To be fair as well, actually, I've always still, to this day, pronounced it Copperjar. I'm fairly certain that's still how we... Whatever, it's going to be Copperjar. Why? Okay, so Wakanda, fictional country, but it's in Africa. Elephants are known for roaming the African plains and stuff. But it's not the biggest reason. This is the reason that I really like. This is the one that I said at the start. Copperjar is a steel type. Wakanda is known for vibranium, right? But I know what you're thinking, well, okay, that's just metal. What's going on? If you look at the Galadex of Copperjar, it's not from the Galar region. It's been brought in from another region. So it could have been brought in from Wakanda some way, somehow, some whatever. And they didn't realise what vibranium was. They just went, oh, it's metal. It must be a steel type. And looked at it that way, but really it's a vibranium elephant from Africa, from Wakanda, that's now in Galar for some reason. So yeah, Africa is associated with elephants, Wakanda, vibranium, steel, not from that region. I think it's a beautiful fit. Ninjask. Now again, you might think, okay, Black Panther, what's he got to do with a bug? But it's not necessarily the whole bug aspect. It's the speed, because we know how quick and deadly and powerful and menacing is the Black Panther is. The way that he can go through the shadows and the trees, and when we see him running alongside Captain America in Infinity War, he is super duper quick, and so is Ninjask. And I can see them both going into battle together. Ninjask with his somewhat like claw things, just speeding his way. Black Panther in there doing his stuff, but we know that Black Panther can strike from the shadows super quick and blend into the background. We all see him in that first film where he's up and you look up and he's just sort of there and you're like, oh, Black Panther. Ninja's being dark and stuff, how blend in. Black Panther isn't a ninja, but he can be very ninja-like. And so is obviously Ninjask very ninja-like. I think them two really do fit well. Pyro. This one I quite like as well, because we know Pyro is a tiger, well, sorry, is a lion. Therefore it's a cat. But Black Panther, T'Challa, whichever Black Panther you want, at least the males anyway, are kings. The king of Wakanda, they own this land. What is the king of the jungle? You know, the king of the animal kingdom? It's the lion. It seems to fit so perfect that Black Panther would be stood with a lion. I know we're going to have 2 fire cats on the team, but for more the symbolic reasons, they would be intertwined. You know, one king equal with another king side by side. The metaphor, the symbolism, the visual there, for me, it fits perfectly. Urshifu, and we're going to go for the water type, purely because I can really see, like, again, I've gone for a lot of visually aesthetic. Black Panther, I know bears and cats, okay, there's not really much in common there, but ignore that aspect. But Urshifu, the water fast style, whatever, rapid style, would be sat doing this thing in Black Panther side by side. The way that, because obviously Black Panther's great at fighting, and so is Urshifu, hence it being the whole fighting type, and side by side doing their martial arts and kind of stuff. You know, him bringing out in battle, he's surrounded by whoever it may be, I don't fucking know, Hydra agents for example, and he's jumping out and Urshifu's coming over with his kicks and his punches, and Black Panther's doing his whirly-dirlies and his twists and his hits and his kicks and stuff, and I just think it would look great back to back. There's also something to do with water there, you know, water being sort of symbolic and peaceful and graceful, like, you know, water being like a calm and historic sort of element that we have on this planet, and Wakanda all being about respect and history and peace and, you know, tranquility and finding the balance and stuff. Like, water will always find its level and shit like that. I can see the 2 in there, and I wanted to add a water type anyway, but I just didn't think, like, Blastoise, I have a Tentacruel, I don't fucking have an Octillery. I couldn't see it fitting, but with this, the water Urshifu, I feel like that fits perfectly. And finally, it's Nidoking. Right now we already have a king. We already have a king in terms of Pyro. He's a lion. He's a king in the jungle. But to have an actually named king, I feel like, you know, again, Black Panther would see himself on par, whatnot. And I just think, you know, I'm the king of Wakanda. You're the king of Nidos. We should be together. But it's not just that. It's the ground typing. I wanted a ground type for this team anyway, because we know how sacred and wonderful and amazing the land, the ground of Wakanda is, and how well it's protected by its people, and how, and they literally walk Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever. Their ground means absolutely everything to them. So I thought it makes sense to have a ground type king, a king who is a ground type. Like I said, ignore the poison. The poison doesn't really do too much for the Black Panther team. But the ground aspects, like I said, I wanted, so it would be like, so imagine Black Panther caught a Nidoran in the plains of Wakanda, for example, and then it evolved all the way to Nidoking. It would be like him taking his land in a physical, its physical form with him, no matter where he went. So if he went off with the Avengers somewhere, or he went off to Latveria, or if he did some crazy shenanigans adventure, he could take a bit of his Wakandan land with him in this physical form of a ground land type Pokemon of Nidoking. Again, symbolically and metaphorically, I think it just intertwines so nicely. Hopefully, Black Panther and his lovely team are down there somewhere. I'm ready. I'm so ready for you guys to pick it apart. And not that one, not this one, bring it in. Because I love the debate. Well, it's not even a debate. I love the conversation we have regarding the different characters and their Pokemon teams and whatnot. Because it's just a bunch of fucking fun. And I love it. And I love that you guys are smarter than me. And you're like, Dan, you're supposed to know about comic books and Pokemon. Well, how about this? And I'm like, oh, shit, you're obviously smarter than me. So, yeah, hopefully there's this team. Well, it should be its team there, because I'll put it there. And let me know what you think, though. Any points to it? Any negatives? Any whatever? And let me know what you think of my beautiful shirt, because it's Newcastle United. And, fuck it. I'm gonna do Newcastle United's Pokemon team. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. It would just be 11 Incineroars, really. Not even Incineroars. I'm thinking the wrong fucking Pokemon. Fucking Cinderace, idiot. It'd be 11 Cinderaces. But anyway, that was Black Panther's team. Visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are your best. Let me know what video I've got to do next. I think I'm up to date. I think I'm done. Who should we do next? What Pokemon team should we give to Rick? Well, that'd be a good one, because Rick does come from comic books. They have got Rick and Morty comic books, as if you've watched the channel, you would have seen that I collect. That wouldn't be too bad of a one, actually, would it? Because all the weird, wacky shenanigans. Who's an alcoholic Pokemon? Who is an alcoholic Pokemon? Could be like Snorlax, because a lot of people, when they get proper pissed, they fall asleep, don't they? And just... So, fuck knows. Let me know in the comments below visuals. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Always keep being you and keep on keeping on.